What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several if you're talented.
It is good to meet you in person. I'd simply like to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with. I'm afraid it's not that simple. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Onkano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so. I presume you refer to Onkano's distaste for the Psijic Order. The Thalmor see our order as a threat because we have power, and we will not allow them to control us. I assure you that we mean you no harm. As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided. We believe that your efforts should be directed towards dealing with the aftermath, but we cannot predict what that will be. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours. I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry. Were you about to say something?
Well, what is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here he is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly I should not be here. I shall simply take my leave.
What? What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this.
I'm not sure what happened. A monk from the Psijic Order. Here after all these years, and then he just leaves. I hope we didn't offend him somehow. What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Has Tolfdir been telling stories again? I thought I made it quite clear that this was a subject inappropriate for conversation. Please, don't allow him to continue to discuss the subject. Beyond asking for you, he never said. Very strange indeed. The Sea of Ghosts practically came alive. No one was expecting it. Monstrous waves battered the shore for weeks on end. Winterhold was ancient and weathered, but it couldn't withstand the sea's fury. Entire districts of the city were lost overnight. The waves receded in time, but the damage was irreversible. Most residents of Winterhold abandoned what was left of the city. The college survived, and so here we remain. Until next time.
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic, and don't let anyone...
The Augur? Tragic story, really. At least, the way I heard it. But that was a long time ago.
It was some experiment gone horribly wrong. Ghastly results, I was told. And his ghost still roams the halls, they say. Of course, on further reflection, that may have simply been an attempt at... Perhaps I'll ask Tolfdir what really happened. I understand he was here at the time. Spells and incantations for those with a talent to cast them. Until next time.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend. Hey, watch it!
There are few places where one can pursue my type of... That incident in Morthal was just a misunderstanding, no matter what the guards claim. Ah, that, yes. The group prior to yours has disappeared entirely. It's possible that there was less than the necessary amount of but we've had no contact with them for quite... Arniel wondered if perhaps they'd somehow managed to get themselves lost in the Outer Realms. But I think that's giving them too much credit. I'm not sure. None of them were working on anything terribly dangerous. As I recall, Ysra was trying to improve flame cloak spells to better work in Skyrim's Elos Tai was practicing illusion spells. She was having trouble with the calm spells, I believe, but only... And then there's Borvir and Rundi, twins, though they rarely agreed on anything. Those two boys were obsessed with mead, convinced they could concoct something to compete. Something about using frost magic to chill the mead for a certain period of time. I felt it was a waste, but the Archmage let them proceed. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Mirabelle does a fine job as master. I can't wait to see who succeeds Mirabelle. The Augur? I think you'd better go see Mirabelle Irvine. Take a look. Until next time.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward. Illusion. Use the gloves to clear the focal points. Return to me when you have finished. I thought I made this rather clear.
don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented.
If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job to keep things running smoothly. No more than anyone. They're a very old order. Predate. In fact, the Mages Guild was founded in opposition to the idea of the Psijic Order, that only an elite few should have control over No one has seen or heard from them in over 100 years now, though. That's nothing you need to concern yourself with. Very well. It's not something often discussed, as it might be misunderstood by the locals. The Augur is down in the Midden, below the college. I don't recommend going down there unless it's absolutely necessary. Day-to-day operations are my responsibility, which means if you become a problem, you get sent to me.
Speak, elf. Let's go.
perseverance will only lead to disappointments. Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter. I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. But those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek. Indeed. And so you have come looking, though you do not know why. Like others before you, you blindly follow a path to your own destruction. The Thalmor came seeking answers as well, unaware they will be his undoing. Your path now follows his, though you will arrive too late. The one who calls himself Ankano. He seeks information about the Eye, but what he will find shall be quite different. His path will cross yours in time, but first you must find that which you need. You and those aiding you wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center, so you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your Archmage.
If there are any problems, let me...
Enchanting services are one of the few things that keep us in touch with the...
Be careful!
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented. Really? And what might that be? I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it. And how do you know of this? Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the staff of Magnus? I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this. A most impressive attitude. Something as specific and ancient as the staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever... I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more than a mere... This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now.
Huh?
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement.
Restoration is... Why are my research materials
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
Once again, I found very insulting notes left in my personal effects. Simply barbaric.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
Even with the college's late.
Why are my... So you wish to master the arcane art? All right then. Once again, I have... Once again, just because I don't... So you wish to master the arcane... Mm-hmm. Yes. Once... Again. I have found very... So... Once... Again, I have found very insulting note. It's left in my personal effects. Once again, I have found very insulting note left in my personal effects. Simply barbaric. Just... Just because I don't fit in here. No reason for others to ridicule me behind my back. Just because I...
Take a look.
Yes?
Well, no, not really. Not directly, I mean.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership. If you're working on any experiments, please clean up after yourself.
Let me give you a bit of...
There are some experiments the college... Purposely killing your fellow college members is a bad idea. I'd advise against it. As for research, well, a sufficient If you're going to need live test subjects for your experiments, it's easier to do that off of college grounds. Shh. All right, let's not overdo it. Meet me in my quarters. I've spent a long time building... Purposely killing your fellow college members is a bad idea. I'd advise against it. Theft and assault will get you into trouble as well. Got something to say?